For the next 10 minutes, we unlock the dark vault of WWE history, not the heroes who were adored, but the ones who were hated with fire. The ones who walked into WWE arenas and turned cheers into thunder. The ones who made fans lose their voices from booing, and lose their minds from rage. Tonight, it's time to relive the legacy of the most hated wrestlers in WWE history. When you talk about hate, you can never forget Triple H. There was a time when every fan swore they were done with him, yet they couldn't stop watching. The game didn't care about fairness. Titles? He took them. Rising stars? He buried them. Fans? He ignored them. He swung that sledgehammer not just at opponents, but at the dreams of every fan who wished to see their favorite rise. Every betrayal, every backstage attack, every cheap victory, it all built a kingdom of pure hatred. Then came the unstoppable freak of nature, Brock Lesnar. The beast didn't wrestle, he destroyed. He crushed legends, ripped apart fan favorites, and then left for months, holding championships hostage. Fans didn't hate him because he was weak, they hated him because nobody could touch him. Every F5 was heartbreak. Every Suplex City trip was another chapter in his reign of terror. Every time his music hit, fans knew their heroes were about to suffer. But hate took a different shape with The Miz. Not the biggest. Not the strongest. Not the fastest. But without a doubt, one of the most hated mouths in wrestling history. He bragged about victories he didn't earn. He insulted fan favorites. He cheated every chance he got, and laughed in the face of the WWE Universe while doing it. People didn't pay to see him win. They paid to see someone, anyone, shut him up. But somehow, he always escaped. And then came the reality-shattering villain, Edge during the Rated R era. The man who humiliated heroes, exploited weaknesses, and crossed lines nobody else dared to cross. He didn't just beat opponents, he ruined lives. He cashed in money in the bank like a vulture. He stole victories, broke hearts, and tormented icons. Fans didn't just boo him. They despised him. The hatred was real, and Edge loved every second of it. But hatred evolved yet again with Randy Orton, the apex predator. Orton earned hate by being the silent killer, unpredictable, emotionless, methodical. He ended careers. He betrayed partners. He struck legends with the coldest RKO and punt to the skull like it meant nothing. Fans never knew when he was coming. And that fear became fury. Every time he coiled in the corner, the WWE Universe prayed their favorite wouldn't be next. Then there was the wrestler who lived on controversy, CM Punk, during the era when he wanted nothing but the spotlight. The fans loved him when he spoke the truth, but hated him when he spat on their idols. He insulted the company, mocked the fans, disrespected legends, and walked away from people who believed in him. His voice shook WWE, but his actions split the audience in half. Love. Hate. Both at maximum intensity. And of course, the most complicated hatred in WWE history, Roman Reigns during his forced hero era. The company wanted him to be the face. But the fans wanted anyone else. And every time he won, every time he kicked out at 2, every time he held up that title again, the boos got louder. Yet now, as the tribal chief, he proves one thing: sometimes the most hated becomes the most powerful. Hatred in WWE also had a sharp, chaotic flavor. One phrase, "Excuse me," and the world imploded. Every second she spoke was torture to fans, and it was intentional. She abused authority, helped villains, sabotaged fan favorites. And the WWE Universe showered her with pure fire every time she stepped out. No villain list is complete without Baron Corbin. The man who didn't just want to beat wrestlers, he wanted to destroy hope. Retirement match against Kurt Angle? He stole it. Money in the Bank cash-in? Fumbled and blamed everyone else. Every time he was booked, the entire WWE Universe begged, please, not him again. But boo by boo. He carved his spot in history. And then, the most dangerous villain of the modern era, Seth Rollins when he betrayed the Shield. That single chair swing didn't just break a team. It shattered the WWE Universe. Fans couldn't believe it. They hated him for it. And the more they hated him, the more he gloated, cheated, and raised that championship like he owned the world. One by one, these icons turned into lightning rods of hate. WWE fans didn't just boo them casually. They booed them with emotion. With passion. With obsession. Then there was the most dangerous one of all, the mastermind. The serpent. The silent predator. Fans feared him, but they hated him even more. He didn't fight to win. He fought to ruin lives. Sneak attacks. Betrayals. Psychological torture. You never knew when he would strike, and that was the thrill. Every time he took out someone the fans loved, he stole a piece of the WWE Universe's soul. And just when people thought they had seen the worst, another villain arrived. Young, cocky, reckless, shameless. He didn't respect the veterans. He didn't respect the titles. He didn't respect the fans. He wanted the spotlight, and he took it by force. He was the definition of love to hate. Fans threw insults. Fans threw drinks. Fans wanted him gone. But he laughed through every second of it. Because the hate made him even stronger. Now imagine all of them together, years of chaos, hatred, villainy, betrayal. The crowd's love has created stars. But their hate? Their hate has built legends. Because here's the truth, you don't become one of the most hated wrestlers in WWE history by accident. You become hated by dominating, cheating, betraying, breaking rules, breaking hearts, and rewriting the script of wrestling itself. These superstars did more than win matches, they controlled emotions. They didn't chase approval. They chased chaos. They didn't want fans to cheer. They wanted fans to scream. They made arenas shake, televisions break, and social media explode. And the craziest part? Fans hated them. But they never missed their matches. They hated them. But they bought tickets to watch them lose. They hated them. But deep down, everybody knew WWE needed them. Because without villains, there are no heroes. Without boos, cheers mean nothing. And without the most hated wrestlers in history, WWE would never be the same. So tonight, we honor the ones who took hatred and turned it into power. The ones who made history by becoming despised. They were not just superstars. They were storms. The ones who made millions of hearts beat with rage, and millions of eyes stay glued to the screen. And now, as this episode closes, the arena is silent. The lights fade. But the legacy of hate still echoes somewhere inside every WWE fan. Because whether we admit it or not. And now, as the final echoes of boos fade into the darkness, one truth rises above everything else. Hate is not weakness. Hate is power. Because the WWE Universe didn't waste emotion on the forgettable. They didn't scream for the ones who didn't matter. They reserved their loudest fury for the ones who shook the entire world. The villains we watched weren't just characters, they were storms. They were the thunder that made the cheers louder. They were the fire that forced the heroes to burn brighter. They were the chaos that made order feel satisfying. They were the reason every rivalry felt personal, every match felt emotional, every victory felt earned. Every time the arena shook with boos, history was being written. Every time someone cheated to win, a new legend was being built. Every time the villain stole the spotlight, millions of fans clenched their fists, swore revenge, and came back next week hungry for justice. And that's what made wrestling unforgettable. Because what is a story without conflict? What is a hero without danger? What is a victory without suffering? WWE became larger than life not only because of the superstars fans loved, but because of the ones they couldn't stand. The ones who mocked emotions, broke rules, shattered dreams, and forced the audience to feel something real. Maybe fans said, "I hate them." Maybe fans said, "They don't deserve anything." Maybe fans said, "I hope someone finally stops them." But deep inside, hidden beneath all the anger and adrenaline, the truth was there. We didn't want them gone. We wanted them beaten. We wanted justice, revenge, redemption, and that feeling only exists when someone pushes us to the edge. The villains did that. They gave us emotions we never forgot. They gave us storylines we still talk about today. They gave us moments that shaped generations. Even now, when we look back, the memories still blaze like fire. We remember the betrayals. We remember the arrogance. We remember the dominance. We remember the heartbreak. And strangely, we smile. Because every second of fury shaped the passion that made us lifelong fans. And in the end, that's the greatest twist of all, the ones we hated the most, were the ones we cared about the most. Because hate is not the opposite of love, silence is. Villains were never ignored. Villains were never forgotten. Villains made the world watch. So tonight, as the lights dim and the arena falls silent, one message remains. WWE is not built only on heroes. WWE is built on emotions, every single one of them. Joy, pride, rage, fury, hate. And the stars who made us angry are the reason we kept coming back. The show continues. The passion continues. The story continues. New heroes will rise. New villains will appear. And one day, a new superstar will step into that spotlight and make the world scream again.